Hi Taurus, welcome to your April 2019 love reading for singles. It's Raina here. Well, I just started with Aries, and it was funny because it seemed like it was still a connection to a past relationship. So understand that when I do these readings, depending on what cards I get, it may seem more like a relationship reading, but it's not. It's always about you're moving forward, but there might be past influences there. Because sometimes I do get people who say, I'm not seeing anybody. And it's like, I know, but you might still be feeling a sense of like anxiety if, you know, somebody broke your heart or something like that. And that could impact a future relationship, obviously. Okay. So at the centerpiece of this reading is the Six of Cups, and this is a card of soulmates. So whether it's somebody from your past, so this may not be a new person that you're dealing with. Maybe you have reunited with somebody, or reconnected, I should say, with somebody from high school, somebody from college, somebody from the old neighborhood, you know, like a friend of your brother or sisters or something that you were friends, but there was always that attraction, and now the heavens have lined up so that you can maybe pursue a relationship, and maybe this is an ex high school sweetheart or what have you. So this is definitely the card of the soulmates. This is also the card of the past. So that's why I also mentioned those other things. Whether or not you ever considered this person your soulmate, you certainly may have fond memories of the times when you were together. And maybe you weren't romantically involved back then, and they were just from the neighborhood or friends of your siblings or what have you. But you may reconnect with that person, and in doing so, it's like you're reliving all the wonderful moments of your life and from your past. So it's kind of rekindling that sense of those simpler times. And that's what this card represents too, like sentimentality, idyllic, you know, childhood. Let's see. In the past position, we have the Emperor. Now, this could be the impetus if your father has passed away, or you're taking care of him for a while and you go home. That may set the stage for you to run into this person. The Emperor can also be perhaps a father, maybe not your father, but the other person's father, who kept the two of you apart. Because the Emperor is like this authoritarian kind of a figure. If I had gotten the King of Cups, it would have been really hard to spin that one. But the Emperor is more authoritarian, so they might have thought, you're too young, you can't do this, we don't want you together. And that may have been heartbreaking for you at the time when you were kept from this relationship. And maybe you never forgot it. Maybe you always thought, one day, I will meet this person again. And you vowed to yourself that you wouldn't allow this relationship to ever fully get away from you. I was just thinking, boy, that sounds like a great novel. The higher message is the Wheel of Fortune. I think in this particular context, Taurus, it's talking about cycles. Now, this connects to Jupiter, the planet Jupiter, and Jupiter is all about expansion and luck, but I think it's about timing with cycles. So what I would say, even if you can make the case that it is very true that your father or his father or her father kept you apart, the timing wasn't there, and that was meant to be, even though it felt totally unfair. Uranus is in your sign now. So it has a wild card energy attached to it. So it's like anything can happen. And the Wheel of Fortune is kind of like that too. Think about the lottery. And just that idea of, wow, anything can happen. I might win tonight. And my life will totally be different if I win. But it's always like this deliciousness of chance, luck, if you have it, or just the, people think it's random, but it might just be that it's your time to experience this. And you may be in a stage of life where you can appreciate it more. What crosses you is represented by the Four of Cups. This is a card of boredom and apathy. So apathy meaning indifference. And now why would I say it in this context? Because if you have been through some things in life that have numbed you out, and you're going through the motions in life, the one thing you have to be careful of is that you don't carry those tendencies into a reunion with somebody. Because, like I said, I don't know how you would be back in contact with this person, but if it has anything to do with something that you did not initiate, that it just seems like by accident, you may kind of have a bit of a residue in your life because of other things that have happened to you where you can't fully appreciate it, because you may have really either been traumatized by this, or life has rendered you in this certain mode where you're just kind of going through the motions every day, maybe you're in a rut in your life. And Taurus, being a fixed sign, does tend to get into ruts, and maybe your feelings are buried somewhere deep inside of you. The Four of Cups, because it is a Cups card, so it is about emotions. But those emotions may be rather flat. And when people have kind of like that apathy that I'm talking about, to me, I look at it as a protective device, because the person may be trying to protect themselves from disappointment, because maybe disappointment has been something that you've had to endure more than once in your life. And you may be at the point where you are tired of it and you just want to feel, and maybe you want to feel that sense of joy. Because the Six of Cups, like I said, is talking about those more carefree times. And of course, we can't replicate what happened before. There's no way you can rekindle love, but you're going to be different people. The key is not to be so jaded that you end up not being with the person that you're meant to be with. What is coming in? Or maybe this should be the advice. I've been changing this to advice because of, I think it's more appropriate. But the King of Swords is, I think I'll say what is coming in, because that's, for this particular reading, might be more important. The King of Swords could be describing this person. So perhaps they are a more mature air sign. And this would either be a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius. They may be pretty unemotional type of person, and they may be quite intelligent, and They could even be in a supervisory position of some sort. And the outcome is the Queen of Wands. Now, the Queen of Wands is a card that relates to, I was going to say Leo, but it's supposed to be Sagittarius. But it's very interesting because I was talking about the Wheel of Fortune, and I was saying that that is connected to Jupiter, which is the sign that, the planet that Sagittarius is ruled by. And here we have this connection to Sagittarius, or fire energy in general. But it's also with the Queen. So it's funny that the last two cards I have are the King and the Queen. What this can mean is that this is your partner. And now you're older and you're wiser. Because you're, I'm not getting the pages. I'm not getting the knights and that kind of thing. I'm getting the King and the Queen. And just like we have the little boy and the little girl at the centerpiece of this reading. And the beautiful thing about this is it was probably worth the wait, wasn't it? Okay, Taurus, that's what I have for you. If you would like a personal reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.